And I was told one day that I couldn't wear a Mexican medallion. You know, back in the 90s, you got the African medallion. So I wanted to be a little different. I had a map of Mexico, you know, leather strap around my neck.
For sure.
And there was a coach that told me that, hey, if you plan on playing varsity basketball, it'd be best if you didn't wear this.
Yeah, what's all them obstacles, bro?
Bro, I'm telling you, it was a struggle. Like, everyone thinks everything comes easy, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I just remember even going to school where, you know.
Discouraging?
I mean, I made good grades, but it was because I studied my butt off.
Right.
You know, my parents couldn't help me with the homework. Not because they didn't want to, but because they didn't know the language.
Man, uppity, you know, professional, you know, you don't talk to, you don't relate to us. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like, talk through that, bro. Like, how do you work your way through that, navigate those
You
spaces?
know, a lot of people would call it code switching. You know, get up there and code switch. But one thing I'm proud to say is that I've always kept it real. Like, for me, being authentic has always been kind of my superpower. ENTERRUPT KC is a big part of this, is that you're helping put KC on the map. Okay? So you're a big part of that. So the sky's the limit.
Let's go.
In other words. So
sure.
that wish list.
My favorite Biggie song, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit, man. And I mean, we just dream big, and you never know. You never know.
Welcome back to ENTERRUPT KC, the Kansas City podcast, where we dedicate ourselves to people, places, and things right here in Kansas City. It's my boy JL. I'm your man D-Rod, man.
D-Rod, don't forget about yourself, D-Rod.
Man, I know I was so anxious, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Where we at, man?
I know.
Talking
man.
with I'm about ready to chop it up with my man here, man. What's going on, Jay?
Man, you know, I'm just, man, thank you to everybody, man. I can't, you know, we kind of said this at the beginning of the last one, man. I mean, just the followers. Shout out, man, to Christina, to Perla, man, who joined us at Pinches Tacos. Shout out Pinches Tacos, man, over in Westport for the invite to come enjoy that amazing food, man.
Yeah, you know, one thing I told some people asked me about it, man, you know, over the weekend. And or just the other day, man, and
did they ask what does pinches mean?
No.
Okay.
But you know, and I told them like wholeheartedly, honestly, man, like the food was incredible.
It was.
Man.
It was.
The
it was
food
incredible.
was good, man. If you guys have not been to Pinches Tacos, go up there, check it out. I got a taco pastor. I got carne asada. I got the queso birria, man. It was incredible, man.
And the torta was fire, man.
Oh, bro, them jalapenos. Man.
Torta the food. Okay, the food was fire. Okay, don't do me like that. All right. But yeah, man, incredible time, and we got a lot more coming up, man. And shout out to our friend Amanda for inviting us out to the Museum of Kansas City for the Muertos event. But yeah, man, it's been cool, man. A lot coming up, a lot of things going on. Click the subscribe button. Click that button, man. Give us some support. Yeah. We're out here, man, in Kansas City.
And let me just add to, you know, also to this, and we'll get right to it, JL. Man, if you like what you see, tell somebody about it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? If you like what our content we getting out here, man, tell somebody, hey, check them out. For sure. You know, share it. Talk about this, man. If you like it, come on, let's spread that love, you know.
For sure, man. So we hope you enjoyed this conversation because it's going to be a great one. One of the biggest movers and shakers, man, in Kansas City that I know. I've been familiar with this dude for a long time, man. I cannot wait to interrupt this guest, D-Rod.
Let's do it, man.
And by interrupt, you already know we mean introduce our guest. None other, D-Rod, than El Chingon himself.
Oh, my God. I'm ready to take a sip of this.
Yes, we are. Mr. Leo Prieto, man. What's
up, Leo?
What's up? Salud,
hey,
bro. Salud to you, man.
Salud. Thanks for the hospitality.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Thank you, brother. We're here in your neck of the woods, bro. We're here in your spot, bro.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
you all.
I mean, we can't go too far into this conversation, D-Rod, without first saying, congratulations on getting married, bro.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Hey,
appreciate it, man.
Big time, man.
Lord of the Rings now, man. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Sorry, ladies, I can't buy you no more drinks.
Let's go.
Taken.
Yeah.
Done.
Congratulations.
Se acabó.
Newlywed, man. Newlywed.
Thank you.
No, for real, bro.
All.
Thank you. Saw the photos, man. Look beautiful, man. Your bride looks amazing. What's your wifey's name?
Erika.
Erika, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Erika, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you both, man.
That was all her, man. That was a lot of work, and anytime anyone knows, man, weddings are no joke. And so it was a lot of work, but you know, from what I hear, it was pretty epic. People are coming back, still talking about it. You know, it's been a couple weeks, and we still hearing about it. So all the love that everyone's shown has been amazing. So thank everyone
great,
for
awesome,
all the support always, man.
Yes,
love
sir.
is beautiful, man.
It is.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Man, we're here at Guadalupe Center, man. So this location, Leo, is one of a handful of locations for Guadalupe Centers. But give us the address here where we're at.
It's 1015 Avenida Cesar E. Chavez. Here on the west side.
Let's go. Right here on the west side, man. And man, this is ancient, man. This is almost one of those holy grounds, man, for Kansas City, but particularly the west side, bro.
Yes, it is.
You know, we're gonna get into all that, man. I cannot wait to get into some of that with you, bro. But we always like to start our conversations off about our guests, man, because you know, everybody has a backstory, bro. And you know, as much as I know we've known or heard about you around town, man, for years, Leo, man, I think this is one of the first times we get to sit down and actually get to really know you, man, on a deeper level, right?
Hey, bring it. I appreciate it.
So with that, man, let's talk about the origins of Leo, bro. Like, man, where you from, man? Talk about that childhood, man. What did it look like?
Man, I'm gonna get deep tonight.
Let's go. Got that tequila ready?
Yeah,
just in case?
No nerves. I'm good here.
Or tea, man. Which are you gonna say? Apple juice?
Yeah, tea, orange, apple juice. Eso es, mero. So actually, I'm originally from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Wow.
So all my paisanos out there, Chihuahua, Mexico, a small little town called Satebo, Chihuahua. About 30 minutes from Parral, from Delicias, about 45 minutes from Chihuahua. But I moved to Western Kansas when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
Immigrated when I was 3. And again, I'd say getting deep because we keep it real.
Yes, sir.
That's why I
Let's keep
appreciate
it real,
about your podcast. You all not only do some cool reels, but you keep it real.
Let's go.
And so,
Thank you.
a lot of people don't know this, but I actually was carried across the border when I was 3 years old.
For real.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you hear about all these stories, especially with this political climate the way it is.
Right.
And, you know, children being separated from their parents, children in cages, I mean, weeks, months. Man, I was without my mama for 4 hours and I was crying. So I wake up and I'm like, ¿Dónde está mi mamá? You know, and, you know.
How, I mean, bro, like, so you're 3.
Yeah.
Do you remember that at all?
I remember, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do remember it.
So who like physically brought you across then?
Yeah, it was a family friend.
There you go.
A family friend that brought me over.
Okay.
And just basically told me to, you know, pretend like I was asleep.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And I'm only saying this because I know how real like everything is these days.
For sure,
you know?
bro.
And I'm proud. I'm proud and proud. Always have been. But that's what happens, man.
Well, man, bro, this is your makeup, bro. This is your story.
This is my story. You wanted to see where I come from and what we do, and that's what I do, and that's where I come from, man. So I'm proud and proud, and you know that was, you know, when I was 3, and then moved to the small town in Garden City, Kansas.
Oh, Garden City,
Western Kansas,
Let's
GC.
go.
Hello to my homies. And the rest.
You came from there straight to Garden City.
Garden City. I had an uncle. In Western Kansas.
Okay.
That you know, it's all about opportunities and jobs.
Yeah,
and so,
for sure.
So that's
I
where it
mean, they
started.
got like meat packing. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff out there, bro.
Man, it's boomed, man. It went from population 20,000 maybe when we first moved there to over 50. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is for a small town.
For sure, bro.
But it is one of those communities that's always progressing and always has economic development. Every time I go back, I see a Home Depot being built. I see another hotel being built, and that's the sign. The sign of construction is a sign of progress.
Let's go.
It's grown. It's one of the few cities in Western Kansas that's grown. And so between Garden City, Dodge City, and Liberal, those 3 have really been on the come up.
Yeah.
But especially Garden City, man. So I'm proud to be from Garden City. I mean, it kind of shaped me, you know, because I grew up, you know, in a very, very, very multicultural school district, where over 30 languages were spoken, and this is back in the Biggie days, back in the Biggie era. So I mean, it's back in the day, and it shaped me. You know, I didn't have to go to a DI class to understand diversity, and again, and I'm you talk about it in your podcast, and we can all identify. And I've always lived in two different worlds. And so to be able to
describe that, bro, like describe what you mean by that.
just, growing up, Latino, growing up Mexican, growing up American.
Well, even there in Garden City.
In GC, yeah, man. I mean, it was one of those things where, a lot of people didn't even know I was like super Mex, right? Until, I started applying for scholarships. And they're like, I thought you were a citizen. I was like, no, not yet. And when I turned 18, I was able to become a citizen, but no, I mean, so nobody really knew that story. All they knew is that I excelled in academics and I excelled in sports.
Okay.
And so those two things were that really kept me going. So it was having my family, my parents, I mean, what they gave up for us to be in this country and the sacrifices they made. I mean, that's priceless.
For sure, bro.
And then those teachers, we all have those educators, those coaches that really kind of see who you are and I mean,
they always contribute to everything as well, And coach, they're like second parents, right? Because you spend most of your daytime hours with them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I feel like, bro, like, like for sure, man, you had these teachers who believed in you, bro. But I know, man, most of my teachers were probably right about me. They was like, you are a hard-headed kid, man. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
I don't even remember what my teacher said.
You know what I'm saying? But that's beautiful, Leo, man. Honestly, I mean, just that early story about you. But the whole thing of you said, I'm like, I felt like I lived in two worlds, know, and so there was a world where you knew where you came from, and then there's the world you're in, right? That's kind of how I picked up what you were saying, bro.
No, and I mean, I'll give you a quick story. When I was a freshman, I played ball. I always played basketball. I always was involved in sports. And I was told one day that I couldn't wear a Mexican medallion. Back in the 90s, you got the African medallion. So I wanted to be a little different. I had a map of Mexico, leather strap around my neck.
For sure.
And there was a coach that told me that, hey, if you plan on playing varsity basketball, it'd be best if you didn't wear this. And I was like, whoa, whoa, man, where'd that come from?
What was his reason for that?
Well, I mean, again, back then the reason was, we want everyone to kind of be the same, blah, blah. But again, if I knew what I know now or what I knew then, it'd be a different story.
Right,
because back then I was a freshman.
Right.
I was just happy to be in this country.
Yeah.
I was this and that, but it motivated me. Man, anyone else would have just stopped. Probably quit the team, probably quit school, probably would have gotten into other stuff. No, that motivated and empowered me to do things that had never been done.
Man.
So I kept playing basketball. I kept excelling in track and cross country. I ended up becoming student body president, doing a lot of firsts, then, landed some scholarships, to college and then DC, then law school, and then the rest is history. But again, I bring it back to just the sacrifices that our parents and our families do for us. And then, and then what we do to continue to motivate not only ourselves, but others. And that just has a domino effect on our siblings, on our community. And the sky's the limit. So now so now that I'm here at Guadalupe Centers, it's like kind of coming,
full circle
where I'm like, oh man, I get to do this. And even, a few years ago when I was working with the Mexican consulate as their advisor, that was full circle. Here I am, helping out mis paisanos, pura raza. And and so to this day, I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I've had. But it wouldn't have happened if somebody didn't pave the way, and then I took full advantage of it and traveled, outside of Garden City, Kansas City, outside of this country, So
what'd your parents do, bro, and your siblings? What'd that makeup look like? You have siblings?
Yeah. My parents, my dad, he worked at a fiberglass company for over 40 years. Wow. Tell me how many people work at a job for over 40 years. So he was there
especially
for over
fiberglass, man.
Yeah,
man, you ever had fiberglass in your hands?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bunch of needles in your hands, bro.
No, it's no joke, man.
Itchy, scratchy. Wow.
Yeah, so he did that for over 40 years. And my mom, again, very fortunate. My mom was able to stay home with us up until we went to school.
Yeah.
She was stay at home, which is a lot of work as well, as matter of respect to homemakers and so forth, because that's a lot of work.
Oh, for sure.
And once we got into school, she worked for like a cleaning company. And so she was cleaners. So I was able to. So you see, suits and stuff that I get tailored now. Yeah. It all goes back to that because that was where I get my stuff pressed and this and that. But I mean, but it was a lot of it was based around our family.
Right.
So it was there, and that's where I developed who I am, man. Like growing up in Western Kansas, I would listen to all música mexicana and hip hop.
Yeah.
So you talk about Leo. How do you know all this? It's like, well, I mean, I'm in the Midwest, so I can get some East Coast, I can get some West Coast.
Let's go.
Back then, it took a little while to get it here. But it's that's kind of the blend, and being first generation. My siblings.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the
one?
oldest. I am the oldest. Okay. My two brothers and sister were all born here, and I just kind of led the way and tried to provide and set a good example for my family. But again, it was the least I can do, man. That's why whenever I talk to high school kids, I'm like, it's not only your obligation, it's your responsibility to finish high school, to go on to college or find a career or, to do well for your siblings and for your family and for the community.
I'm so glad he said this, D-Rod, because man,
what you were getting into.
No, listen, Leo, like this is one of my, like the core of me as a 44-year-old man, man, that hits home with me so much. Like my grandfathers didn't, and mothers for that matter, at home, 12, 11 kids each,
Yep.
I mean, they didn't do the things they did so I can go and grow up and not be productive in life and effective for my community. They actually did this for me to be this way, And so I love that mentality, bro, that you feel. I use the word conviction.
Yeah, conviction is.
I use the word conviction when I describe it to young people. I'm like, I feel convicted to my ancestors, my grandparents especially, right? My mom and dad, because man, I seen how hard they work.
Yes.
So what am I? Who am I to just be like, this is nothing. I take this for granted, because let's face it, bro, it ain't for not everybody has it. You know what I mean?
No, tienes que tener ganas.
That's right.
Sin ganas no tienes nada.
Right.
I mean, you got to have that, man.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. So you grew up Garden City, man. you go to college. You sound like you had good grades. You were an athlete. Did you get a scholarship? What that look like?
I
What
did
sports
actually.
was you playing, man? Basketball.
I played basketball, ran cross country and track, and I played football. Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but my freshman year, I actually did both sports at the same time. I did football and cross country. But then I won my first meet, so I'm like, I think I'm gonna stick to cross country. I didn't like getting hit. I was like, it hurt me when I would tackle people. It would hurt me. I'm like, hey, great tackle, Leo. I'm like, I'm in pain, man.
No,
so
bro,
like,
you don't understand.
Let me just run
this
it off.
hurts. Yeah.
But I always kept balling, man. I was always a little baller. Even I wasn't able, like over the summers, a lot of my friends played organized baseball. I played baseball too, but not organized because we went to Mexico every summer. My dad would save up his vacation and we'd go to Mexico for like a month.
Wow.
And so that was my camp.
Right.
That was my basketball camp. I was in Mexico playing with adults when I was like 12, and it was funny. I had a lot of nicknames from back in the day.
Yeah, what's some of them, man?
Well, the one that I'm gonna get some crap for, but it's true. It's like documented.
Yeah.
Because I would do things that people would never seen out there back in the day
on the court.
And it's like Miguel Jordan. Guess who that is? Miguel Jordan. I was like, what are you talking about? I can't dunk. Bet I could do some. Do some damage.
Yeah.
So it was fun, but again, it was
take it back to Chihuahua.
Yeah,
rip them all up,
Chihuahua,
bro. Let's go.
Bro,
and it wasn't until later on where Najara came along. And played for Oklahoma.
That's right. Yep.
Tallest Mexican I know. 6'6", 6'8".
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where it all began there in the streets and the courts of Chihuahua.
Awesome, you still get down a little bit?
I do a little bit, but I've had
you got to stretch a little bit more.
I got to stretch a little bit more, a lot more, because I got a couple knee surgeries under my belt.
Okay.
So but that's another story for another day.
Unless
you want to get into it a little later on.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, after these glasses, man, we'll be out playing some hoops, man.
Kansas City, man. Kansas City, you call this your home now, bro. How'd you make your way here to Kansas City, bro? What was it about Kansas City that got you here?
KC, when I first moved here, I had just finished a fellowship in Washington, D.C. So I graduated from K-State. I did my undergrad at K-State in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to work for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that either. That's why I'm glad we're having this open discussion, because people just see me as Leo, the MC, you know, this and that. But I was in D.C. as a public policy fellow, and I focused on immigration policy, health, and education policy. And so I was there for about a year, where I worked back at the White House when it used to be cool to work at the White House. I worked in the Department of Justice.
What year was the White House?
It was like 2000, 2001 when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
so you were there 9/11?
I moved right before that.
Oh, okay,
right before that. Yeah, I did
been
that.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, no, it was
man.
a little nuts. So it was perfect timing. I got to come back here after my fellowship.
Okay.
And I ran an office for the U.S. Hispanic Leadership Institute.
Okay.
So I was supposed to run right out of college, but because I got this pretty prestigious opportunity,
right?
You know, they postponed it a year. They're like, go ahead, do what you got to do.
Right.
Go to D.C., but come back. And we'll be waiting for you. And so I ran an office here. I represented about 12 different states, where I did a lot of community organizing, mobilizing. I held the leadership programs, both for youth and also for the community, where we had dialogue with city officials, elected officials, school board officials, and county officials. So I did that. I mean, right out of college. I remember, driving out to Omaha, Nebraska. I couldn't even rent a car, basically, and here I was teaching people how to run for office. You know, so I got those kind of experiences, and then and that parlayed into me going to KU for law school, which I went in doing civil rights and immigration.
Right.
I came out doing more sports and entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So my first job at a law school was with Sporting KC.
Right.
Okay.
And so, because you guys are gonna laugh, man. I always wanted to be the Mexican Jerry Maguire.
Hey, show me the money.
Muéstrame el dinero. Yeah. Because I always kept it real.
Right.
And I'm like, man, if I could have this. And so, that's where I realized I did a couple internships while I was in law school, and it was kind of on the entertainment side, and I liked it, doing little contracts, for Pitbull before he was Pitbull, doing this and doing that. I mean, those kind of things that you're like, man, there's definitely a need for this, right? Yeah. So I'm still going to keep it real. I still know where I come from and what I've been through and why I went here and why I'm here. Yeah. But at the same time, we still need to be represented. Yeah. So my first job out of law school was Sporting KC right before the whole rebrand. Okay. And so they
were the Wizards.
Yeah, the Wizards transforming into Sporting. And so it was one of those deals where we kind of, had to make it work. Going to Mexico to help recruit players. Right. Doing some contracts, with whether it was with sponsorships or, community activations, you name it, we were doing it, So that's kind of where it started, where I started, planting my flag here in Kansas City. Well, I guess it was right before that when I was with USHLI. Okay. But then once out of law school, then I've been here ever since. Okay. And so, you fast forward almost 20 years, and it's like, man, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. Right. I went back and worked for the federal government for a little while with the Department of Commerce. Okay. Before I got on with, back in the day, it was Truman Medical Center.
I remember that.
University Health.
Yeah.
So I got to do a lot of the community engagement piece, the prevention, especially within our own communities and in the urban core. Right. So being responsible and carrying that out was a big responsibility, and that's where I learned a lot, and so that was cool. And then right after that, I transitioned into, actually, while I was doing that, that's when I started broadcasting for the Chiefs. Hey. I was on the sidelines first, and then...
Who'd you broadcast for?
With Tico Sports.
Oh, Tico.
Yeah,
Okay.
First starting off, and... it's like, do you speak Spanish? I was like, yeah, I speak Spanish. And you know football? Yeah, I know football. Well, there you go. I'm like, well, there's a little, a learning curve. Yeah. But, once you got in it, you get in the zone, man, it's on.
Yeah, you just focus.
And so it took a couple of games, but once it got on it, because I know the lingo, I played before,
right.
Not at that level, but, I knew what was going on, and it was good. A lot of people don't realize is that we weren't translating. We were like live. We're play-by-play. We're commentating. We're in the know. We study for that. It's not a 3-hour game. It's like an 8 to 10 hour day.
Yeah,
to the
sure,
prep
man.
work and so forth. But that was cool. I won't take that back because I mean I even did a game last year as well. So every once in a while I'll jump in. But I did that for Tico Sports for a little while, where I was on air here in Kansas City, and then I helped build about 3 other brands across the country and for the NFL. So that was cool. You know, being able to do that, go into a community. And start from, you know, on the production side to the revenue generating side, just the entrepreneurial kind of spirit, you know, was cool.
Yeah.
I want to rewind a little
bro,
bit.
You guys, this is your show, man. You let me know.
No, I love it all, man. You talked about that journey, and I want to rewind a little bit to when you were young, getting down there, and everything that you've done, right? Like those, obviously, we know hella challenges.
Yeah.
People not. You know, believing in you probably because your age,
Man.
right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, because
Big
bro,
time.
you're going after that bull by the horns, man. And you're hitting it all.
Yeah.
You know, talk about that a little bit, man. I mean, because it's all good, and you've accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
obstacles.
what's all them obstacles,
Man. Bro, I'm telling you, it was a struggle. Like everyone thinks everything comes easy, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I just remember even going to school where, you know,
discouraging.
I mean, I made good grades, but it was because I studied my butt off.
Right.
You know, my parents couldn't help me with the homework, not because they didn't want to, but because they didn't know the language.
Man.
You know, but you know what? There was always food on our table.
Yeah.
There was always shelter. Heck, we had insurance all the time. You know, I know there's people nowadays that don't have insurance. My father always made it a point to make sure that we had what we needed. And so that in itself allowed me to study and to work hard and to play sports. I mean, I was busy the whole time. I think that's what, even though there were challenges, it really kept me going because it kept me really busy. And I think nowadays we need to get back to that to keep our students busy and motivated and inspired.
Well, you said it before, even though, you know, when you said about that teacher or coach that told you not to get the medal, that pushed you more. That pushed you more.
That one coach that said that, there was 5 other ones that were supportive. That were like, how can we help you?
But what's crazy about that, bro, is that one is always a one. They're like,
it lights a fire.
It's the one you remember the most.
It lights a fire, man. It lights a fire. Because that day, I'm telling you, I was also wearing a little crucifix. And I was like, well, this guy going to tell me I can't wear that either? I mean, it was one of those deals where, and again, I was a freshman, man. By my senior year,
you was wearing that medal.
I was an ex officio member of the school board. He would have been out like that.
And you was wearing that medallion, right?
I was wearing that Mexican medallion. I wish I'd have brought it, man. I still got it. But again, because it makes you think, you know, and I explained it. This is after me explaining. It's a sense of pride and heritage.
Right.
That's why I wear it. It motivates me. It motivates others. It was just, for me, it was empowering because, as you know, back in the day, we didn't see a lot of people like us, playing sports or doctors, lawyers, or doing this or that. So we're trying to have to pave our own way that we see the people that are there to support us. But it was tough, man. It was those challenges at that level. And then even you get to college. I go to a big, huge college, and I was recruited like crazy. And I get there, and it's like, where's all the raza? You know, where's all the raza? I had to go to like a Halo meeting, you know, to see all the raza or a Latino fraternity meeting, or where it's like, oh, this is where everyone's hiding out, you know, because you have a population of 20,000.
There's only a couple handfuls of
2% minority.
Man.
I mean, the numbers have increased a little bit.
Yeah.
But as you know, the higher your education gets, the lower our percentages get. So having to battle all those things, even when I was in D.C., you know, and my roommates from Harvard or what have you, from East L.A., this and that. But that is cool because you're like, man, I can do this. I can hang. Yeah. And the cool thing was I was repping. I didn't even know I was repping.
Yeah.
Not only was I repping GC, I was repping KC.
Hey.
Because they're like, you're the only like fellow from the Midwest, from Kansas. There was plenty of people from Cali, from Texas, but nobody from Kansas or Missouri.
Right.
So it was a sense of honor and pride. So without even knowing it, I was representing. Right. But I always kept it real.
And then what comes with that, bro, is, you know, I love what you're saying. I love what you're doing. Love what you did, right? That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is that when you get up and you're climbing these steps, hey, man, you're pulling their hand down and pulling up some other people, too.
Sir.
So
that's
that's what goes with that. You know, there wasn't too many Latinos around there where you're going. You know,
right?
Hey, I can change that.
Yeah.
You know, let me climb that mountain, and guess who I'm bringing up there with me? I'm bringing some more of my people, man.
Yep.
Right.
And again, it was those folks that saw that in me. Like I remember one of one of our mayors. We had one of the first Latino mayors out there, Dennis Mesa. I remember he went to go visit a K-State because his daughter was going there too. He gave me my first sports jacket. He's like, try this. Does this fit? I'm like, oh, sweet. Yeah. You know, another mentor, Elias Garcia out of Topeka. He was with the Kansas Hispanic Affairs. Wow. You know, he took me under his wing, and then by the time I was in law school, I was doing legislation and working for, you know, the governor. Yeah. You know, those kind of things that people see that in you, and they've been there, and so they want to lift you up.
Right.
And they do. And that's the beautiful thing about being here, you know, in this country and in this region is that people are there to help. Nobody does it on their own. Everyone says, I my own bootstraps, this and that. But no, man, we have a village, we have a family, a familia, a strong familia. But that familia is the community. It's really the community that really extends a hand. And then you're right, man. You just play forward like 24/7, whether it's as a mentor, as you know, as an educator, as an inspirational role model, whatever it is. You see it and you do it, and I've been blessed to be able to do that in the different roles that I've been in. I've been able to do that, and I'm always going to do that.
JL.
You know what that is, D-Rod. You know what that is, Leo. That's a salud.
Salud. I'm not going to complain about that. Salud,
bro.
Salud, my guys.
That's incredible, man. Oh my God.
Man, I gotta ask you this question, Leo, because this is one of the things that I think, you know, we kind of talked about this with a handful of our guests, right? Like, there's you talked about the two different worlds, you know, being from Mexico and then, you know, but also growing up American. Yep. But now you're older, you have a lot of life, you know, who you've lived now in the United States. I would even say also as a professional, you know, in the work that you do in the community, man. Yeah. The tug of war between how do I want to answer this or talk about this? The tug of war between urban, you know, kind of cultural pool versus professional pool. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like
cred.
Well, because you know, you probably, well, you kind of said it, you know, earlier. You're like, man, you know, I go in spaces where it might be one of me. Yeah. And I know when I walk in the room, I'm a Latino, I'm a man, you know, these things, right? But then like the community might be like, oh, you're like uppity, you know, professional, you know, you don't talk to, you don't relate to us. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. Like talk through that, bro. Like how do you work your way through that, navigate those?
You know, a lot of people would call it code switching. You know, get up there and code switch. But one thing I'm proud to say is that I've always kept it real. Like for me, being authentic has always been kind of my superpower. Just even when I was in D.C., as you guys know, East Coast is cutthroat. Yeah. They don't play.
They'll eat you
up. You know,
bro.
They'll eat you up. But you know what? I always kept it real. I'm not going to give you my business card unless like we have a conversation and you know who I am. I know who you are. I don't have an agenda. Like, let's talk. Yeah. And then maybe we can do this or that, right? But that's where I learned it. But again, it brings me back to my kind of Midwest values, right? And so now in the scene where you're a professional, where you're in the community, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to where I've always been able to transcend, not only amongst our own culture as a Latino, but around everyone. Yeah. But it's because game recognized game.
Let's go.
I mean, if you're who you are, people will appreciate you for who you are. Yeah. People will see right through everything else. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, you know, and that's just the way I've always been. I don't associate with shady. So I don't, you know, there's things that, and I have a whole theory too, is that I don't cut people off. They cut themselves off. So you just keep it real. You keep it positive. And people respect that more than somebody trying to be somebody that they're not.
Let's go. Yeah, there's a lot of that, though, bro.
That sounds real familiar, man. With you know, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that does sound familiar, D-Rod. But you know, I guess what I'm
on the right show.
Yeah, you are, brother. You know, but there is a lot of that, though, right? I mean, including in our community, right? There is in you know the community, and so you know it's hard for people, and you know I want to get to Guadalupe Centers and the community you guys serve here, but I think that's what's important to be talked about as well, because we talk about a lot of things in our community that are vital and are important, particularly in today's world. But this is also important because, like, bro, I've heard stories of horror stories, bro, of Latinos who take advantage of the poor immigrants and take their money to buy a house that they were saving up, drive them around in a limo, that type of stuff. Act like they're an attorney, take their money. And so like those are the things that I feel like we don't talk about sometimes is like for real. Like, we know there's people impacting our people, but we impact our own people too by trying to be something we're not literally sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just, I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. Yeah. Guadalupe Center, man, right here, Avenida Cesar Chavez, man. What brought you here, bro? This is such a vitally important pillar in the community. What brought you here, bro? Talk about that.
Man, you're right, man. The history says it all. It's been around since 1919. One of the oldest Latino serving organizations in the nation, not just in the region or KC. I was a board member about 10 years ago. So I served in that capacity as a board member for GCI.
Okay.
So that is where I got to know a little more about Guadalupe Centers and all the services and programs that we do.
Did it surprise you, bro? As a board member, were you like, damn?
It kind of did, because when I first moved here, like I mentioned, after DC, I was working for the U.S. Hispanic Leadership Institute. And back in the day, we used to have an organization called COHO, Coalition of Hispanic Organizations.
Okay.
And I thought, man, I got here, and I'm like, oh, dang, like, this organization's already done my job. Because my job was to organize, get people together. Yeah. And I realized, wow, everyone's all together.
Yeah, I did my job good.
But it was not kumbaya. Yeah. I realized how territorial
bro.
and how divided our community was.
Cliquish, man. Yeah.
And my first project was like working on redistricting. That's a hot topic now again. But it was like, man, I couldn't even I did. At first I couldn't, but then I did. And that's always been what I do, is I bring people together. Right. And I was able to bring people together, not just from nonprofits, but even within their own families, to come together and say, hey, look, if we don't come to an agreement, and if we don't define ourselves, they're going to define us for them, Right. And so it's one of those things where, it was tough. Right. And so then, being exposed to Guadalupe Centers and then joining the board, later on, I was like, okay, this is what we do and this is what we have going on.
Right.
But now as a staff member, I'm like, wow, we have a lot going on, because as a board member, you just see all the high level stuff.
Right.
But then as staff, you see all the amazing things that we do.
Operational stuff
all
too.
the things, all the moving parts.
Right.
That contribute to our growth and contribute to the scalability, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of moving pieces, and thank God we have some great associates here that really care about the mission, and we have awesome community members as well that believe in us. And so I've been here for almost a year and a half now as a staff member, and I was transitioning. Actually, I wasn't transitioning. I wasn't even looking for a job. I was with the YMCA.
Okay.
I was their VP of community development, and I had ran a center before that with them, and then I was at the corporate side, and this opportunity came up. Hey. And it just felt right, you know. And I'm telling you, I know we're down here, and this is the historic area. You can see all these historic figures behind me. Yeah. But when I was in the waiting room upstairs before my interview, I walked in, and I'm like, man, estoy en casa. You know how we always say, mi casa es su casa? Yeah. Well, I look up, I'm like, hey, I have an Aztec calendar just like that at my house. I look back over here, I'm like, hey, is that Pancho Villa? Oh, that's Zapata? I'm like, man, I have this stuff in my house. Hey. So it's like, man, you talk about feeling like home. Yeah. I was like, man, this feels right. This feels good. And again, so a lot of the things that I was doing already, whether it was with the YMCA, whether it was a university health, everything that I have built, even in DC, policy and so forth, it was coming together because now it's so focused because it's to serve the Latino community. Right. So it's taking all the things that I've learned at each leadership capacity and being able to come here and kind of spread the wealth.
And sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that just alone right there has to give you a huge sense of pride.
Man.
Right, I
mean,
just from and what it makes me proud for you. Man.
Thank you.
I mean, coming in and seeing that and feeling that and knowing that you're gonna that you're here to help.
Yeah.
the community, the people that need it. Be the voice.
Yes.
Right, being the voice.
No, what I was gonna say is, what is your official title now? Has it transitioned at all? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So when I first had the opportunity, there was an opportunity here to serve as the VP of Youth Development.
Okay.
So that was kind of my forte, working with the youth and so forth. So
is that like learning and education, sports?
That was our after school programming. That was our sports and recreation.
Yeah.
It was our summer camps.
Okay.
So it was focused mainly on the youth.
Okay.
But that shortly evolved into being the chief community officer, where I was still doing a lot of the youth development.
Yeah.
But I was brought on to the table basically to help make some other decisions in other departments and so forth. And again, it continued to evolve. And the latest title, as of about a month ago, it was Chief Community Impact Officer.
Hey.
So now I've transitioned out of youth department, even though that's youth department for life.
For sure.
But I am now doing a lot of the public affairs and government affairs.
Got you.
And all of the special events as well.
Got you.
So I need your feedback, man, when it comes to Cinco de Mayo's, when it comes to events and so forth. I want to see I want to know what the community wants. I want to know what you all want.
For sure.
But also on the the community aspect, with the public affairs and so forth. I mean, we got a lot going on, you know, and we're always going to maintain our mission. We're never going to deviate from our mission,
right?
So I'm here and I love it because it allows me that opportunity to really, for me, as you can tell with kind of my background, it's a cool place to be because I have the opportunity to combine advocacy with like entertainment, for example. Whenever we have our Blanco y Negro, whenever we have Cinco de Mayo, it's a perfect mix of doing it with a purpose and to help it, because everything we do, I mean, we talk a little bit about Dia de los Muertos coming up. It's to help our families. All this goes back to the youth department. All this goes back to our family services. All these go back to sustain and to help us grow. And as you know, we've been growing. We just opened up Casa Feliz over the summer. We just did a ribbon cutting for our new apartment complex at the Vista Villa. And we're about to break ground on another spot coming up next month for childcare, the Thomas Rogue Center. Yeah. And then I'm sure you heard about the 1300 Summit, which will open up in the near future. Right. Used to be the old FBI building. So we're making moves, man. And if we're going to make moves and if we're going to scale up, and that one is even more symbolic, because why? Brings it back to the West Side, right? Yeah. And it's prime location. Man. It's prime, and it gives you the chills.
Knows it, man.
Just thinking about it, right? But that's what we have to maintain, and we have to keep growing, and we have to keep serving our community and our families, because we're not going anywhere. No matter what anyone says, aquí, yo siempre digo, aquí estamos y no nos vamos, man.
Well, probably even more so, to even add to that, bro, I would even say, besides the growth and the growing and expanding and all those that are great going on, just keeping the traditions alive, bro, within this community, because there's the viejitos and everybody that's around, man, and everybody else is coming up, and to keep the whole movement going, with all the traditions, man.
Yes. Oh no, and that's another program, man. Our seniors rock out, man. Every month they have a birthday bash. It's popping. Yeah. It's popping. But again, they're the backbone of our community. That wisdom, that knowledge. Yeah. The board you see behind, the wall you see behind me. I mean, there's some folks in there that set the tone, that were pioneers. Yes. And now it's up to us to keep it going and to keep it moving. And then we have up and coming our students from their dual language program with our Head Start all the way to our seniors, man, that are graduating and that are bilingual. Right. Yeah. I mean, with the new building, we're going to have a workforce development component. Heck, we're going to have a studio in there. I mean, those kind of cool things that we never thought we'd see, we're starting to see.
Bro, and just I mean, again, J.O., think about what it came from. Man. From 1919. Man. Well, shit, just even 25 years ago, bro. Yeah. And I want to touch on this too, because those people that know, community knows, bro. But our reach, fortunately, man, thank God, is a lot further than KC, man. So just some things that Guadalupe Center here has, right? You talked a little bit about it, right? The youth, right? KC Inc. Youth. We got the Youth Rec Center, right? You're talking about all these expansions and growth that we got going on. All right, there's a food distribution.
Oh, yeah. Every Friday.
That you guys help for every Friday to help people with food out, right?
Yep.
You got a family support service, right? Everybody needs that.
Emergency care. You name it, we do it.
Emergency care. I want to touch on some of that, too. Elementary school, right? And just the schools, too, JL.
Man, I'm telling you.
Middle school, high school. Bro, there's a slew of services that you have that you give to the community.
Sports programs, bro. The youth.
Programs.
I mean, I just, sitting here, I mean, dude, like Fish.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, man,
Yeah,
everybody knew Fish, man. Tony, shout out
Everybody.
Tony Gary, man, RIP.
Everybody.
That dude, man, I had the honor to almost play baseball for him. Sorry, Fish.
What happened?
Yeah, man, dude, I wanted to play. Long story, but RBI, he used to coach our RBI team. I was going to play for him, and I got yanked to another team. Anyway, but yeah, man, I mean, just like to D-Rod's point and your point, man, like this has been going on for over 100 years, man. This facility, the impact to the community that you guys have been providing here, and now for you, Leo, to be a part of that and to, exponentiate that growth, be a part of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yes.
That's got to feel.
No, that's, I mean, to like, just to be in the same, sentence with like Fish, with like Gilbert Guerrero, with all the pioneers that started like our sports programs where we couldn't play sports. That's why all the Latino leagues were started, because we couldn't play baseball, couldn't play basketball, couldn't play soccer, so we built our own stuff.
Right.
Gilbert Guerrero, we didn't have our own school, so we started a small school with like 12 kids. Now we're the largest charter school in KC with almost 1,700 students and 600 on a waiting list. That's why we're building over here. That's why we're doing what we do, because there's a need. So we need to get out there and let people know not only what Guadalupe Centers does, because people have heard about it. And with your help as well, with the reach and everything, more people are hearing about it, and they're learning all the things that we do, because we do a little bit of everything. And people always try to compare, hey, what do you compare yourself? I was like, well, we really don't, because, I mean, we collaborate. We collaborate with other partners. We know what people do in their wheelhouse and we do that. I'm all about collaboration. We're all about collaboration. But Guadalupe Centers is very unique, because there's few nonprofits that do what we do at the scalability that we do. So to maintain that and to keep that moving, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts, but I think we have, the right team in the mix where we're innovative, we're creative. We got folks that have been around for a minute, folks that are new, and we try to, grab the best talent and take it to the next level.
So in your role, man, as public affairs, community impact, lead, what's the one thing, or maybe a couple things, you really want people to know about Guadalupe Centers, man? Like, what do you really want people to know about Guadalupe Centers?
I really want people to know that we're always going to stick with our mission, and we're always going to serve Latinos in Kansas City, and that we provide wraparound services. And that's all inclusive. Like you mentioned, family support, education, workforce development, seniors, health. I mean, you name it, we do it. And again, we don't do this by ourselves. We have great partners and great partnerships that allow us to do what we do. And as we continue to grow, we want to expand. And we also want to expand. We want to have a reach that's beyond the KC Metro,
for sure,
an area, and even across state lines. I mean, we work well with El Centro, and I mean this last year, what was so cool, man, with the Unidos being here, Unidos US, is that we were able to kind of see what that looks like. Even with all this stuff going on the immigration tip, like we were still able to work together, because you have El Centro, you have Matty Rhodes, you have us that are doing the same type of work on that side of it, and to bring our forces together and do like a huge back to school event and do a nice welcoming reception here, where we hosted over 700 folks from all over the nation. They got to see KC and represent. I mean, that was beautiful. That's the silver lining. That just goes to show how powerful we are when we work together and we utilize each other's strengths. you know, whether it's providing mental health, whether it's providing education, whether it's providing, you know, workforce development. And then so working together like that, I mean, the sky's the limit. So even though we've seen some dark days, and think about it, Guadalupe has been around for over 100 years.
I know, bro.
So they've seen a lot in the political climate, from the 50s to the 60s, you name it.
Yeah.
You know what?
They survived it, bro.
Still here.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So I got to share two things
Por favor.
that people may or may not know, but actually Guadalupe is semi-responsible for. One, D-Rod got engaged at Blanco y Negro.
What?
Got on that knee.
What year was that?
It was in 2000.
I'm not sorry not to put you on the spot, D-Rod.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
2010.
2010.
Nice.
Blanco y Negro 2010. He got engaged.
Okay.
I'll never forget that.
Okay.
Bro, I told myself I was gonna do it, man. It's gonna be a big thing, man.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's
Because
the way
I
to do
wasn't.
That's awesome, man.
Everybody had to see that
salute
shit.
to them, man.
Hey, salute to that, man.
Salute.
But the other thing I wanted to share is one of the most incredible moments I've ever had from a stranger that was truly impactful to me was right here in this room we're at. I volunteered for, I think, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was either Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah.
And this was 12, 15 years ago. And I'm sitting in here helping pass out food and stuff. And this old viejito, he walks up to me.
OG.
OG, bro. He walks up to me real slow. And he looks at me and he goes, Leobardo? Leon? And I was like, oh my God, he just called me my grandpa's name.
Wow.
Bro, my grandpa, right here on Fairmount, that's where they
Serious?
settled. Yeah, like three blocks down, right into the street here on Cesar Chavez. And he used to come here and volunteer, you know, things like that, bro.
Yeah.
And so, like, to me, like, that was so powerful, bro. Like, it speaks to what you're talking about community, being there for community and things like that, right? But the one thing, man, I want you to hit on, Leo, is this was mostly a Westside community facility, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not. It's not just the West Side.
No.
You guys have just really grown and exploded, to your point. So talk about that, man.
Yeah.
Like, is this a regional facility, or how do you view Guadalupe Centers in that aspect?
So it started here on the West Side, but as you can tell, I mean, we go where the need is,
Right.
And the numbers don't lie, and there was a strong influx of a need, especially with our immigrant population in the Northeast. So a lot of our programs now, especially our elementary school, is located in the Northeast, and our middle school is right off of 17th and Vine, 17th and Paseo, actually.
Okay.
And so, I mean, we go as far south as Belton. We have
Oh,
a
wow.
spot over there with health services and so forth. But we're metro wide, man. We still do some workforce development work with like Johnson County.
Okay.
And we're working on our partnership with Panasonic on the other side of the state line.
in
So
DeSoto, yeah.
I it's safe to say that we're kind of in expansion mode, you know, and so we go where the need is,
Okay.
and we have a lot of our folks, especially with the seniors, that come in from all over the place, from Overland Park to North KC.
Yeah.
So it's a mecca for people to kind of get together, and we've seen it a lot with our sports program too.
Yeah.
Our sports program, and again, just trying to live up to the legacy of our pioneers. But we've established some things, some cool things that have never been done before. For example, we have our official NFL flag football is NFL and Chiefs. So it's like sanctioned. It's like the real deal. And we just got word that we're going to be doing our basketball with the NBA juniors. So we're kind of taking it up a level and a notch to where we're trying to bring that back here in KC. And then with the World Cup coming up, we're integral players in that, and to make sure that we have, you know, festivals, we have games going on, make it family friendly, not just watch parties. I mean, that'll be a part of it too.
For sure.
But we want to really let people know what we do in our history and how far that goes back. So it's you know, with our other partners that we have, they continuously want us to continue to expand. We just got to be strategic about when and where.
Right.
But it's getting there. It's getting there. But we're always going to be true to our core, which is here on the West Side, Northeast, and so forth, to keep that going. But again, what I'm proud to see is that even folks that grew up here that don't live here anymore, they bring it back.
Hey.
You know, like
Yeah,
our summer school. Our summer school, if I had Gina on here, she would tell you the same thing, man, is that, you know, families look forward to summer camp because they may be going to school in Lee Summit, up north, Overland Park, but that summer that they're exposed back here in the Guadalupe Center on the west side,
Right.
where they're learning with their peers that may not look like their peers at their normal schools.
Yeah.
I mean, they build lifetime friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the parents and the engagement piece. I think that's what's made this organization so successful is that parental engagement piece. And, you know, that's why our schools are so strong as well, because, I mean, I believe when we first started like charter schools back in the day with Gilbert, maybe like in the 80s, it was because of the dropout rates. Dropout
Right.
rates were horrendous
Oh, for
in the
sure,
Hispanic
bro.
community,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now we're at like 94 and maybe 95%.
Correct.
And, you know, we're kicking butt, you
Yeah.
know, and we're providing like a workforce and college readiness where you have Latino bilingual kids that are ready to roll.
Right.
And so we're doing that.
And you got
s-
programs for
We
all
got
that,
programs, man. We got programs. We have partnership with other universities and schools. And when we get the new high school, it's going to go to the next level because we're going to have our own spot there. And it's not just going to be for Guadalupe Centers. It's going to be for other charter schools and other partners that want to come in and use the space
Right.
that we can work together on.
That's
so
incredible.
I gotta ask this question, man, because you know you're right here on the west side, bro, and I think anybody who's been around Kansas City, particularly the west side, for 20, 30 years, it has watched it evolve
Yeah.
a little, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What work, or is there any work you guys do with the city, with the county, to
Yeah.
talk about how these families here are being impacted?
Yeah.
Because this is a proud, mostly Mexican
Yeah.
American, you know,
Yeah.
community here.
Yeah.
But can you talk about that a little bit? What conversations you guys get into around that?
No, most definitely. We make it a point to be involved and, again, be at the table where we're having neighborhood meeting associations, where we're having discussions with elected officials. We're having discussions with folks that know that it directly impacts, especially the West Side and Southwest Boulevard, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, right before here, I was on a Zoom call with an organization on potentially the highways, moving the highways around here, how that's going to affect the community.
Okay.
So my job is to be that connect, to listen to the community, to get
Yeah.
that feedback,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that we just, we don't get taken advantage of, and so when it comes to that's why I asked for the feedback. I asked for what we can do, so what we can do better, we're always going to be there for our folks. So that's critical, and since, again, the one thing that I can honestly say is the way Guadalupe Centers and the West Side and Kansas City has accepted me like as one of their own, because I see this as my town, right?
For
Yeah.
sure,
When I'm
bro.
in KC, when I'm outside of KC,
Hey.
KC's my spot.
Let's go.
It's, at Local Leo KC. I mean, it's KC. It's my adopted home.
Yeah.
And again, like I mentioned earlier, when I first got here, I'm like, oh, everything's done. This organization got everyone together, but I realized how territorial and how divided we were.
Bro.
Well,
You got to fine tune that.
the goal here is to be here and to work collaboratively, because we can do so much when we work as a collaborative
Strength in
organization.
numbers, man.
I mean, it's the real deal, especially in
Yeah.
times like these where we need not only ourselves, but we need allies that look like us, that don't look like us.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're about.
Yeah.
And so we're always continuously at the table to see how something affects our community in this area,
For sure.
vice versa. I mean, we're meeting with Parks and Rec tomorrow to see what we can do, with this World Cup. We
Okay.
have 3 parks here on the west side that need
Probably
some TLC.
three of the best views in the
Some
whole city from a park.
Yeah. We got Mulkey, Observation, and Gage, and we're like, what else can we do to really kind of help take it to the next level? I mean, we're
Right.
here, but we need that support. We can't do it alone. I mean, we'll do it, but we need those resources. We need that support,
Yeah.
and then we can come together. And like I said, we're bringing the right people to the table, where that support of both on the elected official side, the private funding, the non-for-profit, I mean, it all works together.
Right.
And we need to be able to navigate that so that we can have the people's best interests, not any one individual's best interest, but the people. And a lot of people forget that part. That's when they're a little more agenda driven,
For sure.
and want this or want that. But for us, it's no. We're trying to blow this flag football thing up. We're trying to. I mean, this basketball tournament. We're trying to. I mean, it's all these things that we do. We're trying to kind of bring it back the history and to the traditions and the culture. That's why, you know, you saw it at Cinco de Mayo, the kind of crowd that we had and what we're doing. And that's why
it was great, bro.
Popular, bro. The event was amazing, by the way. You want feedback? It was
but that's
amazing,
that's what
bro.
we're trying to do, man. And we're trying to
War killed it.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to. We just got to take it up a notch.
Bro.
Shout out Menace. Shout out, man, all of them, man.
Yes.
They were dope, bro.
Yeah, so that's why I need your feedback too. I need your folks' feedback, their followers' feedback.
So the feedback. All right, let's talk about that. How can they give you that feedback? I mean, email address or where they call you. I mean, let's give it to the people.
Either call or you can drop us a line at the Guadalupe Centers. You know, Nancy that you saw earlier here, she handles a lot of our social media. Okay. So just between that and also
that's just anything that they like to see, whether it's whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it may be.
I want to put in a special request.
I can't promise everything.
Is there any way we can get Salma Hayek to just walk through the fiesta for 2 hours straight? That'd be awesome.
With the snake around her.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I could make a couple calls. I've actually worked with her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I helped out with Obama's Latino inaugural balls.
Yeah.
The first one was off the chain because it was like the first time, and everyone and anyone wanted to be there.
08.
It was 08, and then the following one. But in between that, it was at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and she was being awarded a Medal of Honor. And I was kind of like her handler. So, you know, puro español. Ay, Salma, mucho gusto, this and that. And while my jaw's just like,
oh, my God. Woo. How'd you keep it together?
You know what?
Trouble, It was.
I can say this now. I'm married, right? I can say this now.
You're free.
But like she was the one person that I was a little nervous around, just because in person it's just.
Did she smell good?
She looked amazing. That's all I gotta say. And even in person,
like this.
No, and in person, I mean, you know, photos and everything don't do her justice because she's.
I mean, there's a reason why she was on Sports Illustrated
at 60 years old.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
good Lord.
Yeah.
Amazing. Salma, please join us. ENTERRUPT KC. We'd love to have you on the podcast.
Yeah. So we'll make a couple calls, man. You never know. You never know. But that's kind of what, you know, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Yeah. And it's always nice to get like whether it's celebrities or artists, when you find artists like that are passionate about certain things, you never know. Man. You never know. And so we have some things cooking. Good, but that's always all the feedback's welcomed. So
I mean,
Salma Hayek, Jessica Alba, Shakira. I don't know.
Let's go.
Bring J-Lo back. You know. Let's go.
And that's what the good thing about it. Sorry, Joe.
No, you're good. You're good.
The thing about it is that, I mean, the big picture, bro.
Yeah.
The big picture, and you know, the community. You know, I think, man, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's kind of divided.
Yeah.
Right. There's those that want it. There's those that are like, yeah, let's get something all new. Let's change it all up. Mm-hmm. And then you got some that are like, what are they doing? Yeah.
Mm.
You know, so it's a challenge, bro.
I know. I like how you're keeping it real. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a challenge. But for that, I would say just we have to have some patience, and we also have to, because we always welcome the new ideas and the changes, but these things don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is respect the game,
right?
Like keep it real, our traditions, what we do, but also kind of switch it up too. Like do things. That's what we tried last year with Cinco. Is that we try to mix it up a little bit. Where we've never had like a war here, you know. So it was nice to get like a group that was a cross-generational that just rocked out, you know, and then just that vibe that it provided. So we're trying to mix it up, and I know sometimes, we're going to get some feedback because it may not have been what people are used to.
Right.
That we're always trying to infuse and kind of, you know, keep what we've had, but just mix it up.
You talked about it, and what everybody knows about Guadalupe Center, it's the growth, man.
Yeah.
And that's part of the growth too.
Well, and I think it's also, how do you maintain this in the future, into the future? Yeah. Because when I hear you talk, bro, like about, you know, wanting to do something that respects the legacy, but also, you know, enables and encourages the new generation of people here.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% true, man. And, shout out my boy Javi, man, Escobar over on Kansas side. I don't know if you know Javi, Leo, but he helps put together events for the American Legion in Argentine.
Okay.
Shout out Eagle's Nest.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think almost every
stopping grounds.
Yeah. But we were having this conversation not that long ago, and he's like, bro, I want to bring in these new artists, because they have fundraisers.
Yeah.
And he's like, but man, people are going to complain, and this and that. And I said, bro, listen, how are you going to have this fundraiser in 5 years, in 10 years, if you rely on these artists who are 80, 90 about? You're not, you can't keep having that mindset, you know? So I respect you, bro. I respect what Guadalupe Centers is doing, man. I mean, keep doing it, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
From our perspective.
No, you got to mix it up. Thank you for that feedback, because we will get some of that as well. And again, we welcome the feedback, but in order to grow, I mean, I'm a firm believer that you can always keep it real and always respect the legacy, the pioneers, everyone that came before us, and still giving those mad props and respect, but also like to grow, like you have to be able to be willing to get a little out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You have to get out of your comfort zone. And for that, I mean, a lot of people say, it's, but then you'll go mainstream. And it's like, well, isn't that the goal? To put our people and be Latinos in the mainstream?
Say it louder, Leo. Say it louder, Leo.
Look at our Super Bowl, who's going to be performing the Super Bowl. That's not like a bad thing. It's it's representing. Like that's when you go global. That's when, Pitbull is the same way. Yeah. Those kind of things. And these are the same people like Pitbull, that will stand up for us as well.
Right.
Those are the kind of things that we need to kind of get a little out of our comfort zone. And it's okay. A change is a little crazy, but it's not going to be like, we're changing everything up. No, let's subtly, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Yeah. But we welcome it. If there's something that we need to bring that we haven't brought back or that we haven't done, let's do it. Let's get creative. Let's get innovative. You imagine having a Selma Hayek at our Blanco y Negro?
Bro, listen, where's this?
You imagine? Just think about that.
Let me be her date.
Just think about that. Just think how that would just set our event apart from everyone else.
Bro.
Yeah, the tickets probably be a little pricier, but you know what? But those are the kind of things that happen.
But what's the impact, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the point. Like, if people move past those things mentally, ticket price, they're doing something mainstream, this. Okay, now let's talk about the impact that's going to happen because of this, right?
Yeah.
Well,
that's the key.
So it's summer. I'm just saying, so next year it'll be, Danny Trejo, or it'll be, somebody else, man. It could just go on, because it'll be somebody else will be like, oh, she did that, or he did that, or they did that. Well, I'll do it too.
Yeah.
So it's a domino effect.
You got a job in front of you, bro.
Yeah.
And, and you're the man for it.
It's nothing that I haven't done in the past, man.
I know.
Like we've excuse me. I guess need a little drink,
man,
right?
A little tequila.
Sip.
So there was a couple times where I've worked, because that was kind of my previous life, is where, combining the advocacy with entertainment. Mm-hmm. And so there's been a couple times where we've brought in like Mario Lopez. Like back in the day, he did a scholarship.
Saved by the Bell, Mario Lopez.
Yeah, he did a LULAC scholarship banquet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it was, I think I invited Mike to that too. But it was back in the day. And then when I was at Truman Medical Centers, we had a fashion for a cause, where he emceed that. So, those things can happen, but for me, it's not just like having that face. It's actually having like impact.
Yeah.
And having that, but having somebody that really like dives into it.
Right.
Like if it's something meaningful, and I'd love to get folks in here, because as you can tell, and you all are a big part of it. ENTERRUPT KC is a big part of this, is that you're helping put KC on the map. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're a big part of that. So I always, the sky's the limit.
Let's go.
In other words. So
sure.
That wish
list. My favorite
list,
Biggie song, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit, man. And we just dream big, and you never know. You never know. We're hosting a big event November 5th. It's like a scholarship event, the McDonald's scholarship tour.
Okay.
And at our high school, and it's a pretty big event. It's with Cool Speak and and we're gonna have the top motivational speakers, an assembly, some essay writing with like a renowned international Latino poet.
Okay.
I mean, all these things are going on. Engagement with the community, not with the community, with the parents, right? Bringing it back to the parents. And I'm telling you, like the first time this tour started a while back, guess who they brought through? Bad Bunny.
No way.
Yeah. And then a few years after that, I wasn't able to go to that one, but I was able to partake in it in one of the after parties at the Latin Grammys. It was with J Balvin.
Oh, wow.
So again, we're putting KC on the map.
Let's go.
People are starting to realize what we do. And if they don't know, now they know. Because that's what we're trying to bring it back. So when we have these kind of tours that are only, like, for example, that one is like, we're one of like 12 tours in the nation. You know, and they're going to be here.
Yeah.
You know, right after the week after Dia de los Muertos. And so those kind of things that are going to help propel.
Yeah.
So that next time when we do make an ask and somebody hears about us, tweets about us, is Instagram, they'll be like, dang, maybe we should go down here. And the Chiefs winning does not hurt.
Let's go.
Okay, the Chiefs winning does not hurt.
Yeah.
You know, my goal, I've always wanted to have like a celebrity golf tournament. Why don't we turn our golf tournament that we have every year, the Bob Soltero golf tournament, every year that Guadalupe has, why don't we turn that into like a Latino celebrity golf tournament?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things that we got to think big. Yeah. And again, the registration fee may not be $500, but you know what? Bet it'll be worth you coming out.
For sure, bro.
And the impact and the belief. And it's a domino effect, man. But we all got to have that same buy-in. Because if we don't have that same buy-in, it's not gonna work.
You know, everybody on that page.
You know what that is, D-Rod?
I know exactly
you know what that is, Leo.
Come on, man.
That's a salute, man. Salute to you, bro, for
man.
that. That's vision, bro, for real. Like, when I hear you talk, my mind is just like, man, you know, Bad Bunny did play in a golf movie with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a connection right there.
Just saying.
You know, like.
You know, I used to interview Travis, Papi Chulo, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we were like, hey, just going to call you Papi Chulo. He's like, how about Papi Blanco? I'm like, bro, everyone knows you're white. Papi Chulo. Trust me on this, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, just things like that where people are cool, man.
Yeah.
People are human, man.
And they want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, speaking of Travis.
I was going to say, that's a good segue, bro.
Right over here, I have
Oh, yeah.
a signed Taylor Swift guitar.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
Gianna.
we are giving away. Mira, aquí está. That we are giving away. The announcement will take place at our Dia de los Muertos, October 30th.
Yeah.
But right now, if we got a hashtag here. We'll make sure people have the information. But it's $100 for the raffle or 2 for $150. And all this goes back to our youth programs.
Oh, nice.
And so it's
Signed
authentic.
guitar.
It's got all the paperwork. It's the real deal. It's
Does it got a
purple,
picture of
Tyler.
her signing it too? Probably, yeah. I would say it does, yeah.
But it does have a little bit of everything, and it's nice. I mean, touching this, like, dang, man, this is nice. But no, we have this coming up. Again, next level stuff, man. Like, have we ever done something like this before? No.
Right.
So it's those kind of things that continue to elevate our game, elevate Guadalupe Centers. And that's the only way we're going to be able to. I mean, for someone that doesn't want to reach out to Swifties is crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's at. You know,
Yeah.
those are the kind of things.
Well, even more importantly, it goes back. It goes back to the kids, bro.
Yes.
It goes back to school.
I was going to ask if you was ready to play some like Tragos Amargos or something like that.
Yeah, little Ramon Ayala in the house.
Go ahead, let's go.
You just want another grito, man.
I do. Man, that event, man. So that's the Dia de los Muertos event, man. Let's talk about that a little bit deeper, bro. So what's the date? Tell us a little bit more specifics on that.
So this Dia de los Muertos, and again, I'm all about collaborations, and that's why we went ahead and had it about a week before Matty Rhodes' Dia de los Muertos, so we can cross promote and get our community out to both.
Bro.
So we're doing it on the 30th, next Thursday. And it's going to be wild, man. It's going to be from 5 to 9.
Okay.
It's family friendly. We're going to have everything from face painters to vendors, selling jewelry, doing a little bit of everything, face painting. There's a Catrina contest. Hey. That'll be cool. We're going to have prizes for first, second, and third.
Yeah.
We're going to have DJ Michael Ardo is going to be jamming out.
Okay.
So he'll be kicking it. And then we have Strand in the City.
Hey.
He's going to be throwing down.
Strand
So
in
our
the
homies
City.
are going to be here. It's going to be a cool night, man. And so we're just trying to get people out. And
it's going to be here.
It's going to be here, and it's going to be totally free, unless you want to buy stuff with the vendors but to come in and hang out And then if you want to buy some raffle tickets, because that's the last day. I mean, people have up until that day to buy raffle tickets for this Taylor Swift that we first kicked off at Blanco y Negro. We're going to end it out at Dia de los Muertos. But we just encourage people to come out and celebrate our culture, man. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff the next couple of weeks on Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of twofold, because I'm glad people are getting out there and people are realizing and seeing what we do to honor our culture, our the ones that have passed and so forth. And don't get it twisted. It's not commercialized. Like, we're keeping it real.
Yeah.
We're asking folks, if they have folks that they've lost, they want to honor, feel free to put it up on our altar. We want people to have that sense of community and that family here.
Right.
We want to bring it to life.
Right.
And we want to continue that. So we just welcome everyone to come on the 30th, and it's going to be fun, man. That's how we do it. You know, food, drinks. There'll be plenty of drinks too. So mira, salute to that. There'll be some drinks there.
For people that don't know, because there are some people that follow us that may not know, what's the address here?
1015 Avenida Cesar y Chavez.
Okay.
Here on the west side. It's literally 2 blocks from Southwest Boulevard.
Okay.
So you can't miss it.
And the time frame of that?
It's from 5 to 9. I'd probably say, you know, get yourself some time to get off work, hang out, come by after 6.
Okay.
And the Matachinas will start performing around 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a little educational piece on Dia de los Muertos. We're going to have an MC. We're going to have a DJ. And again, straight in the city. Oh, and we may have a special guest too. I can't say it's going to be like, you know, Taylor, but it'll be someone that
are you gonna
looks
have,
a lot like Taylor.
Are you gonna have that guitar behind an enclosed protective glass?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean,
bro, believe me.
They might be coming and trying to
Believe
grab
me.
it and
Oh,
touch
yeah.
it.
So Nancy was stressing,
I
just
know.
bringing it down.
She was
here.
stressing it earlier because you do get a protective case that comes with it, so forth. So we may have it
on display. I mean, for
yeah,
people,
we'll have it on display, but we're gonna.
You're gonna have some, officer.
We'll have
down
a
here
security,
protecting it.
and then we'll probably have some little rope around it, because it's the real deal.
Yeah,
like
bro.
this is some, and again, we got it from one of our anonymous donor that literally like believes in what we do with youth programs, and he sees what we do in our after school programs and our summer schools, and he wanted to provide that for us, and in lieu of a cash gift, he's like, unless you guys want to Taylor Swift, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you had to say, you know. So then, it's been kind of up to us to get it out there, and we still have some tickets left. So go ahead.
$100, 2 for $150.
2 for $150.
Man, you can't beat that.
And we'll make the announcement there on, and it goes back to the community. That's the coolest part ever, man.
Part, yeah.
I mean, so everything that we do has that purpose, has that. So you're not like losing money. Like if you win, great. We have Blanco y Negro events. We have our wine and our cigar tastings and so forth. They're all fundraisers where, you'll pay to get in, but you know what? It all goes back to the community. It all goes back to our programs.
Absolutely.
And now, as you know, we're more need than ever. Whether it's food insecurity, whether it's childcare, you name it, emergency care, so forth, man. There's so many things that behind the scenes that Guadalupe does for our community. Right. I mean, we'd be here for like 12 hours if I told you exactly what goes on, because we are there, man.
There's a couple that I wanted to talk about, man. That kind of, we've talked about it before, man. And these numbers that I pulled up, man, I like to share them with our audience, man. That. And I think for this year, right, there's a total of 841 of mental health sessions that you have for youth and family, bro. Yeah. Right. That's last year's.
Yeah.
Right. Another one.
More this year.
Yeah. Oh, is there? So I mean that's been and that's something that we've always kind of, not to put a somber on this conversation, but I think it's important and imperative that people know that this is one of the locations, one of the places that they can come for stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Man.
So I mean,
and we'll go to you.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We will go to you. We know our families work all day, sometimes night. Yeah. So whether it's weekends, whether it's evenings, we have therapists, two bilingual, one trilingual, that will go and be there for youth, for parents. Yeah. One thing that we've done more of is we're getting more of the fathers involved in these therapy sessions. Yeah. Latino fathers that in the past have been very taboo to be in this space. Right. But there's such a need. So it's a holistic approach to therapy and to... So that's a great point, because like I said, that mental health component is huge.
That's imperative, man. And then what I also is outpatient substance abuse, right?
Yep.
That's a big one as well.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a big one as well. But one thing that I seen and I wanted to note on, which and applaud Guadalupe Center for, is that there's been a decline in that. In the past years, and I'll give you some numbers that I pulled up, right, for the outpatient substance abuse treatment counseling, right, from 2021, JL, it was 159 is what the numbers that I pulled up, right. 2023, I didn't catch 22, but 2023 it dropped down to 142, right. 2024 it dropped down to 108. So that substance abuse, that counseling and programs, it's doing what it needs to be done. There's no numbers right now, but bro, it's going down. It's going in the right direction.
Right.
Right. And that's something that this Guadalupe Center is helping this community, man. That needs it all so bad with the mental health, with the substance abuse, with the counseling, the machismos, man. That,
all the above, bro. All the above.
You know, so
thank you. You know, part of the reason for those numbers decreasing is that with our wraparound services, not only do we take care of our folks on the substance abuse, but we also parlay it with our workforce development so we can get them jobs, so that they stay clean.
Correct.
And so forth. So it's a full effort, man.
It's a full effort because it all ties together, man.
Yeah.
And those who everybody wants the best thing for their family, right? It's security, it's providing a home over the head, it's finances. And if you ain't got the finances, well, then you're losing the house.
Yeah.
Well, then you can't provide.
Right.
You know, so then the thing is, I mean, what we're doing here, you know, we're having a good time, having fun.
Yeah.
But it honestly is some people's trouble, man. It's their devil, it's their demons, right?
Yeah.
And you're helping them get over that.
Yes, we do.
You know,
man, you guys are doing incredible work, bro. Keep it up, man.
Thank you.
For sure, man. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to
really appreciate
Guadalupe
that.
Centers, man, and what this looks like in 20, 25 years, man. Just
sky's the limit.
Yeah,
like we talked about, man.
but you know, man, like what's important too, man, is how long have you been Guadalupe Center?
About almost a year and a half.
So you've been
But as
here.
a board member, I was here for 6 years. So
Right.
I kind of knew.
But you know what I hear, man, is they've got Leo here. Leo has vision. He has ability. He's strategic. You know, he's thinking in ways that, you know, probably people need to be thinking about, right? And that's so vital to the success and the longevity of what Guadalupe Centers is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there a program or two, man, you really want to highlight that maybe people don't know so much about, or maybe there's an absolute need for that you guys, you know, want to make people aware about?
Well, I mean, I would bring it back to the youth, and again, the Dia de los Muertos, those proceeds are going back to the youth. The Taylor Swift guitar is going back to the youth, only because, I mean, think about it. When I was over the department, I would always start off with telling the staff that, think about it. Our families are leaving you with their most precious commodity, their kids. So the youth need that guidance, whether it's on the mental health side, it's on the recreation side, and so forth. So never underestimate the youth and the power that we have. Right. And so I would there's tons of volunteer opportunities. There will be that day on the 30th, but throughout the year, we have opportunities for people to volunteer with the youth, because that kind of brings it back to why we're here. We're working on programs where we're tying in like our seniors with our youth, so that our youth can teach them how to navigate, whether it's Facebook or get in their portals for their, you know, medical records, you know, things like that, where it's hand in hand. At the same time, they're learning about culture and wisdom, and they're learning about all the things that, how they were and so forth. So we're having the Casa Feliz and having the rec center like a block on the same block helps. So those kind of things where I think a lot of times, you know, I mean, workforce development, it's big, and we're doing it, and we're going to keep doing it. But to get to that is a lot of the youth.
Yeah.
It's the younger kids. It's at the young age.
It's giving them hope,
whether it's
man.
elementary, whether it's middle school, when we have the teen nights, when we have this. If you really want to see what we do, I'd invite you all to come and check one of the teen nights out. You know, during the summer, we have hot summer nights that have been going on, that have been a staple for a while.
Right. Yeah.
But even now, you know, we have after school programs that really kind of dig deep. I mean, go check out a flag football, for example, at Mulkey Park. You know, we're playing there on the weekends. Lights come on. You got a great view of the city, and it's pride, bro. And it's not just the kids playing. It's the kids, it's the families, it's the tias, it's the abuelas, it's the tios, it's everyone just there having
everybody
a good
screaming, go
time. Exactly, man. It just gives you the chills. So I always want to kind of bring it back, and that's my sweet spot because, I mean, you know, that's where I was.
The future,
but that's
brother.
what I do, and that's what keeps me going. You know, we respect, you know, and honor our pioneers and our folks that are our backbone of the community, but also the youth that are coming through. We have to be there. We have to serve as role models, and we have to let them know. I mean, I tell them all the time, before it used to be just, you know, go to college, go to college, go to college. And I'm a product of that. Education is what got me here,
For sure, bro.
right? But now there are so many different avenues: college readiness, workforce development, vote tech, influencer, YouTuber, this and that. And I said, you know what? You want to be an influencer? You want to be a YouTuber? Go for it. But you know what? That's going to be even more discipline because you're on your own. Okay? You think everything's just fine and dandy? No, you're waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You're doing this, you're doing that. You're on a schedule. You're this and that. You have no idea. It's not just whenever you want. It's just beyond a full-time job.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of things that we're trying to get our kids to experience, like especially like on the production side,
for sure.
whether the behind the scenes or in the spotlight,
Right.
just like we are, you know, in the sports when we're touching them about discipline, about teamwork,
Right.
respect, integrity.
Yeah.
Some of our core values here at the Guadalupe Centers. That's the same kind of things that are built at a young age so that they have that future and they're able to kind of whatever situation is thrown at them, they're able to survive.
That
and
grit,
thrive.
man, that
Not just
grit.
survive, but thrive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thrive.
It's that grit, man.
It is.
You know, like, these kids, man, you know, where they realize it or not. I mean, I like to think hearing your story, bro, and in your obstacles, your challenges that you've gone through. Same with us, man. You know, I mean, we didn't have your story, but you know, we came up in urban core, man, and you know, the 80s, 90s, 70s, you know, and it was not easy. No. But we didn't even know how hard it was. That's the weird thing, right?
Exactly.
Like you didn't even really know how hard it was, you know. And you know, you develop this grit in you that man, I can achieve anything. You know, I could just keep going.
Yeah.
But what you guys are doing is beautiful, man.
Thank you,
keep
man.
up the great work, man. I can't wait to see you in the next 20, 25 years.
Let's go,
and
man.
where you
Let's
end up,
go.
bro.
Well, even also, you know, and I just want to add to that too. I can't wait to see the next Leo. Right?
Oh, thank you.
And I mean, because you've accomplished. I mean, and it's just we got like sky's the
you're gonna
limit.
keep going.
What have you done? It's gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna keep going, brother.
No,
And
thank
I know
you,
that,
man.
and hopefully I'm here long enough to see that.
Thank you.
Right? But the next one, man,
Yeah.
whoever that may the lucky person may be that follows in your shadow, bro. You know, because it's gonna keep.
There'll be
going.
another
That's what
one,
it's
bro.
all about, man. Seriously, my job is not complete unless I've brought somebody else up, and that's my philosophy, and I'm gonna keep doing that and keep producing, and then you know where God leads me, you know I'll be there. But this is. It's been a nice ride, and we're just getting started, man.
We're just getting started.
We're just scratching
bro.
the surface, man.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Shoot, Let's go.
For sure, bro. All right, let's wrap this up, man. And you know, we like to do some fun questions with our guest, Leo.
All right.
But before we ask a fun question, man, one of my last serious questions, I would say.
Want to hear about my knee?
You kind of your knee. You kind of hit on this, man, in a lot of the way you were talking through it with us. But I'll just ask you, like directly, man. What is Leo Prieto's why? Why do you do the work you do?
Wow, that's deep, because there's a lot of whys, but the one I would say is, like I mentioned before, it's my why is that, like, your conviction is my obligation, obligation to give back. I've been so blessed to be in this country, to be raised in this country, and to give back however I can. That's what keeps me going. That's what got me through school. That's what got me through, you know, the East Coast, West Coast, you name it. My international studies and times that I lived abroad. it's that. It's that obligation and kind of bringing it all together. So anything I can do when it comes to advocacy and entertainment and combining the two for a bigger purpose, that's what it's about.
Love that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the saying, man, to whom much is given, much will be requested, much will be asked of, you know?
Exactly.
That's kind of what I hear you saying,
no,
bro.
it's just, you're right on
I
point,
love
man.
that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why Kansas City, bro? Tell people why Kansas
KC?
City?
You know, it just, you know, I've had many opportunities to go elsewhere, and I've worked in different places, you know, where I've worked on campaigns, I've worked on musical conventions, events, but it always feels like home when I come back home. You know, it's like I always want to go visit, but it's nice to be home here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it sounds a little cliche, but it's our people, man. It's the camaraderie. It's the Midwest kind of mentality in a positive way, not in a negative way.
Yeah.
It's that buena gente, you know, buena gente that you can't just teach. You know, you can be educated or you can be educado. Si eres educado, you know, you have manners, you have respect. And when I think of KC, I think of all those things.
Yeah.
You know, and people are welcoming. And, you know, the mi casa, su casa philosophy that I've always had is KC.
Yeah. Love that, bro.
Yeah, I love it, man.
You got any questions you want to ask, D-Rod?
No, man.
My last fun question I have is, bro, I only know a couple people with that hair the way you got.
What? You got that good hair,
you
bro.
got that good hair with that widow's peak, bro. I do. I got a little bit of that
Man,
left.
I get it from my grandpa.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Rest
do
in
I,
peace.
bro. So do I, bro. You
Yeah.
doing anything special to it?
You know, it just depends on what day it is, man. I knew I was going to be on the air with you guys, so I actually combed it for you guys today, man. Usually I just kind of let it be.
Yeah,
I let it be, let it go.
go.
Just kind of flows, but no, just a little suavecito and I'm good to go.
Hey, no tres flores or anything?
Suavecito.
Oh,
Yeah,
suavecito.
suavecito, yeah.
That's old school, too.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, no. I mean, as far as man, I'm just calling the moment, man. Everything you're saying, brother.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it,
Yeah.
man. It's
No,
great, man.
thank you all, man, for hearing
No,
my
man.
story out.
For real.
I know we were just going to kind of flow, and I'm glad we did because, you know, I just want to take that opportunity because a lot of people don't always get to hear that, you know.
Yeah.
So to hear it and to share it with you all
Yeah.
here,
Well,
it
not
means a
only-
lot to me, too.
And not only to us, and that's part of the reason why, man, ENTERRUPT KC exists, man, because
Yeah.
we want, you know, great people like yourself, bro, that's doing things in Kansas City
Yeah.
that say across the city over south, don't know, or the whole different state, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, they know Guadalupe Centers,
Yeah.
but they don't know everything about it.
Yeah.
They don't know Leo.
And they don't know
Yeah.
Leo.
Yeah.
They don't know Leo and what he's
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
what he came from, and the growth that he's doing, and even more so what's coming next. you
Yeah.
know, which is the sky's the limit.
Sky's the
man.
limit, man. We have the opportunity to do a lot of good things, and again, we have to. And then people always, you know, say I'm very positive, and that's kind of my attitude. It's always been very positive, even when you're dealt, you know, bad
course.
hands and so forth. But we have to remain positive, man.
Yeah, you gotta
no
have
matter
that
what's
good
going on. And I
energy.
know sometimes, like, it's tough to watch the news. It's tough to see what's going on. It's tough, the reality that's taking place. That we have to stay positive, and we have to give people hope.
Yeah.
Because if we don't give people hope, it's tough, man. We have to mobilize, and we have to get it out there, man.
Yeah.
And so
Well, there's always that thing, man. Like, you know, you think you got it bad,
yeah.
but
Somebody got it worse.
there's
man.
somebody who has it 10 times
Bro,
worse.
man.
that's every time, every week, man. We go to church and I say, hey, I'm going to, you know, pray for myself. Then I find out, you know, there's 10 to 15, 20 other people that I'm praying for
Yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
have it a lot worse and
Yeah.
they're dealing with other things. But
Yeah.
we just have to always, empathy for me is key. And I think if more people had more empathy, we'd be in a different place. And so
sure.
just, you know, just keep your listeners you know, in the know and just, you know, check us out, whether it's Guadalupe Centers or, you know, things going on in the community and your show and what you all are doing here. I commend you all because I thank you for the props and all. And that's cool. But you guys, seriously, man, this is, you all are living the dream. And I want you to continue to do it. And don't be afraid, you know, to get out of your comfort zone like we talked about earlier and do things that haven't been done before because that
Thank
shows
you.
your versatility and it shows who you are and as long as you believe in it and you believe in yourself, you're good to go, man. And you're aware. You know the truth. That's all that matters, man. That's all that. The only judge is upstairs, and that's it.
Right. That's right.
Appreciate that,
I wanted to just for the people that
Uh-huh.
don't know all your services and everything that's that's for them. Website, social medias, it's all Guadalupe Center.
All Guadalupe Centers, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to Guadalupe Centers. Yeah, they can find it there.
If anybody's in need.
Seriously, guys. What we do is, I mean, we do things. I mean, we don't need to broadcast it over the radio, but we do things that other people won't, and we will take care of our folks.
Yeah.
You know, we've had situations where, I mean, whether it's in Jackson County or not Jackson County, when we have people that come in and we will take care of them. We will. I mean, that's our principles. That's where this all started. You know, with like Dorothy Gallagher and with folks that first started it. You know, when it was religious based and then broken off and all. It was all about shelter. It was all about just providing food and security and so forth. And we're still doing that today. Yeah. And so again, like
if anybody needs
programs, you guys, we're here for you, man. So just give us a call.
And you don't need to be Latino either.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's a myth, by the way.
No, and that's what I'm saying. You don't, and that's what I was going to get into. Is we get a lot of calls from a lot of folks that are in need, that are and that we will find, if we can't take care of it, we will find resources to help take care of it. But I got to tell you that I got to give props to our staff because there's some gangsters out there that are in the trenches. Yeah. That are our grassroots folks that work, when other people aren't working. And I think for me, the important thing is to continue to value, our workers, our staff, because
I know
they're
there's
doing
a lot. Can you give a couple of them shout outs? Go and shout out a couple.
Oh man, I could. I mean, for example, Gina and the youth. I mean, Gina's always working it, man. Gina's always. I mean, her heart. I mean, she's she's been here a lot longer than me. But I tell her a joke that she started when she was 3. But she's on it, man. So I want her to continue to have that spirit and to keep kind of building and doing her thing. And we have Christina at the Family Services. I mean, she's there taking those late night calls, this and that, detention centers, you name it. We have a lot of folks, man. Our custodial crew. Yeah. I mean, it's just folks that just behind the scenes that come out. Our leadership for having the vision and for us getting together and giving me the opportunity to kind of be in the mix and provide my feedback so that we can continue to grow this together. So
shout out Beto, man.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to leadership,
I won't lie, man. So I had a couple people were like,
he's gonna be mad that we're doing this.
I had a couple people, Beto. They were like, man, you got Beto to do a little grito. Man, that's shocking. And I was like, he kind of wasn't, but I kind of poked him a little, and he did it, So shout out Beto, man. Shout out the whole Guadalupe Centers team, man. Everybody, man, keep doing the amazing work here in the city.
Also our volunteers too. Our volunteers, man, go out of their way to make sure that we continue to do our programs.
Yeah, for sure, man. All the families, man. Man, shout out to you, Leo, especially, man, for sitting down with us, bro.
Anytime, man. Anytime. You have to tell me twice.
Hey, invite us for the Guadalupe Center cigars whenever that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're down for that.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
But, man, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you so much, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
No, man. Thank you all, and keep doing what you all are doing, man.
Love you, man.
Mad respect.
Absolutely.
With that, ENTERRUPT KC, JL.
D-Rod, man.
Like, follow, share, subscribe, everybody. Come check out Guadalupe Centers. Come support these events.
Yes.
Follow them on social media at Guadalupe Centers. Sorry.
And if you need help.
Yes.
Yeah,
more
and
importantly,
particularly
man,
if you need help or a family member, anybody, friend,
anyone, man,
needs help,
we're
man.
here. We're here
Come holler at our people here at Guadalupe
Centers,
man. So we are out of here, everybody. Peace.
Gracias. Adios.